I can't tell you how many of my cards I've pulled, and every single one is giving the same answer of somebody broke up. Somebody is not in a relationship. You very well could have just broken up with somebody, but this feels like someone connected to you that you weren't in a relationship with broke up with somebody. Now, tangle partners work in many ways. Meaning, when you're doing something in your life, when you're upgrading, they are as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you broke up with somebody and the person connected to you in this reading broke up with somebody. At the moment, you already know what you want to do with this dynamic. You've consulted with your guides, with your people that you trust closely, that no matter what happened between you and this person, the person that each of you were dating at that moment, you couldn't go forward with them. That I just see the cookie being crumbled. I see the end of a book that had it's just like an end of a book with a cliffhanger. That's how this person felt about their dynamic in the past. They thought that they were always going to be in this cliffhanger existence with them. So you both talk to friends. I keep channeling between you and their energy. Your guides, etc. Now about how to go forward with you, because they decided no matter what happens with them, they're done with that dynamic. They feel that meeting you propelled them into this whole other existence, and there's really propelled them into their spiritual awakening. They 1000% broke up with somebody. They're in the midst of separation from you. So, I do sense a valued conversation. We're going to be able to, with the cards, further explain what that exactly means. It does feel like your person is an artistic source. Very independent person. But they saw themselves as codependent. They realized that they could have their energy almost bought at times. That the person they were with would appease them by giving them gifts and etc. to make up for neglect, for unfaithfulness, for manipulation, for gaslighting. This person sees you as this source to not be reckoned with. The strength you have, you wear it on your sleeves. It is obvious that you are strong and choose to be light. It is obvious that life threw you a lifetime of lessons in your short amount of time being here. And you choose to still be soft. Not weak. Soft and gentle when need be. Wow. The thing that they worry about is that you won't trust them. So the dynamic between you two very much got cut off before there was really any answers to why things felt black and white. Interesting. Let's get those answers and see where this is going. Wow. Well, what we have here is the exact reason that you two had to separate. What they learned during your separation, what you have learned during your separation. Both of you have had other relationships since you last spoke to each other. Nobody was a rebound. Nobody was even necessarily a distraction. You opened your heart to the possibility of another because you let go. That is exactly what letting go is. You can't put your pause on life for a person that says they're going to come back. It is very selfish of the other person to ask you to put your life on pause until they come back. It shows they don't love you unconditionally. Because if they loved you unconditionally, they would state, don't stop your life for me. If once I can return, and the cards have aligned, the stars have aligned, however that person would state that energy to you in their words. If you are single, we will go off. If you're in a happy relationship, then I want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. That's unconditional love. So, after your separation, this is what was going on. The humongous reason why they stated you two had to remain either in a romantic state. They wanted to, okay, so this person really, before you last separated, they wanted to be romantic with you. They didn't want you to go back to a friend dynamic, a platonic dynamic. There was so much against your relationship than you even realized. The cards were stacked against you. No matter what you did right, something was going to be counteracted in their life that it was wrong. So, after your separation, I sense, really tried to just focus on one specific person. This could have been saving a relationship, a marriage, etc. That you could have met them, that they were in before you met each other. What I see, though, is it did not work out with that person because their other partner cycle repeated. There was so much more to the story, and I do see them going back to that cliffhanger thing. They became at peace with fate. There are certain things I will never know you did because you're so good at lying. You're so good at keeping things away. And maybe, just maybe, spirits doesn't want me to hear everything because it would close me up. Because it wouldn't be beneficial for me. I just feel now my throat chakra closing up. You are being saved, or they are being saved from, this is collective, takes a resonance. It could be very well that everything you're hearing about their side is exactly what was going on with you too, with another person. They realized that if there was another individual pointing the finger at you, or even, I'm sensing many people in this person's life, hey, if your friend didn't say this about me, we'd be fine. If that person didn't start flirting with you, we wouldn't be in this predicament with a third-party situation. Always pointing at others. Went into complete isolation from everybody. They went back to a relationship or a dynamic where it was like, I see somebody who was fresh, excited, going out, having a good time, could have gotten a little carried away, and then something about like their partner had ammo on them, and they became very recluse, not going into hermit mode, not doing this to be one with self. It was a punishment from somebody almost. They heard the message of their inner teenager and said, this is not going to change. This person is always going to play games. They're always going to tell you what you want to hear when they think they're losing you. And as soon as they have their verification that you're not going anywhere, they'll start back up again. This person realized that's exactly it. Right now, the reason they broke up and they stood up for themselves and they said, I am ready for a new life without you. I don't care what arrangements, I don't care what contracts, I don't care if we just moved to a whole new existence together. A new town, a new house, a new job, however that resonates. I don't care what commitments we have. You don't give me balance, give and take, and I'm going to go get my balance, give and take. That's what they just overcame. This is you. What you had to overcome was a deep, deep, deep sense of imposter syndrome, for real. You work so hard. You will power through anything. It's no matter how happiest and joyous of times are, you have a lot of moving parts, a lot of things to do, a lot of responsibilities. Or if you're in a moment where you're feeling low and depressed and indifferent and you don't have motivation to do things, you stay consistent whatever way of the scale you are on. You do not give up on yourself. Do you understand? There is so much you do every day that you completely forget about. You're always in the mindset of what can I do more? What can I do more? And that's beautiful. That's honorable. And it's a piece of the puzzle, but you can't have it switched on all the time. You had to realize in your separation, what you released, is that everything you have put your mind to has came to fruition. Everything because you are deserving of it. You had to learn how to do the leap of faith again, is what they want me to state also in these time frames apart from this person. They were this pivotal change in your existence. When you met this person, there was something that was released with you that you never felt before. And you knew if there was anybody you were going to put yourself out there for and be like, hey, this is my heart. Take it, leave it. I respect whatever happens, but you got to know. And I got to know for myself that I tried. You took that and in the best of ways drove with it. And were able to use that power for bettering yourself in so many other ways. Self-talk, what you were doing with your life, what you were eating, what you were consuming in social media and everything, music. The people, the reflection. You continue to learn and you don't ever regret meeting this person. You became completely at peace with fate that if we are to be together, it has to be at divine timing, and I cannot do anything to try to influence it or make it happen faster. If all that does is push things off. You know when Spirit's giving you, it is the time of leap of faith. They were stating that if they would have, and when I say they right now, I mean Source is stating that if you and this person wouldn't have gone through another separation, you would have settled again. And they needed to remind you that you're meant to expand, not stay at one place, not put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to more than romance. Talking about job, places you go, friends, etc. What true loyalty is. Loyalty to self and to ones that are deserving, not ones that you think you owe it to. You learned in your separation that all missed opportunities were divinely guided protection. You learned how to keep your gloves up, but not have to be on defense all the time. You remembered growth takes being able to be controlled in controlled chaos. And the most successful people don't stay in lazy rivers. They ride the tsunamis. What you learned in your separation is that you don't need them to do the leap of faith. You never go with me here. Just like they. Neither of you never needed the other to do the leaps of faith and do this and learn about this part of you that's always been there. But it was inspiration. It was inspiration. And you became consistent within self for it. So this is a hidden truth deck. This is what they're thinking right now as we speak about you. All right. So it's a conversation. It's absolutely a conversation. This person is feeling that they don't regret anything anymore. They don't regret, go with me here. They don't regret when they lied to you. They don't regret when they told you how they really felt. They don't regret when they held back, and they don't regret when they expressed, because they realize everything had to happen the way it was. That doesn't mean they want to continue to lie or keep their feelings away. They're realizing, like, the whole part of being able to come back to your divine is not regretting anything or feeling sorry anymore. It's forgiving yourself and all the moving parts, and being in the sense of moving forward. That's what they are thinking. They're afraid to say the words, I love you. They're afraid for it to go fast as such. So another thing is they're thinking about how they want slow and steady to win the race between you two, but it is time to start the race. We're not at the line waiting for the alarms to go off, or for the gun to shoot, or the bells to ring, etc. They want that part, and know it is time to actually start the jog for the marathon together. They're thinking about how the time wasn't right then, but now, and their life wasn't, there was so much moving, again, there were so many moving factors that you didn't know about. You could have known that they had been in a relationship, or that they went back to somebody, or the other moving factors, but there was even more that you didn't know. They feel now they do have their life enough in order, their priorities, their understandings of self and what's good for them, to have these conversations in person. Even though they need time to say that they are in love with you, they already are in love with you. They always feel you. There's signs everywhere. They're thinking right now, they're probably seeing your name, songs, things that remind them of you, like things they know, your hobbies and etc. that you love. They see you everywhere. They're thinking about how beautiful you are, and how you I just see that every single time they look at you, they're like, how do you glow more? Truly, I can feel the burn that has hit you, and you glue from it. You grew and stayed glued to who you are, but didn't allow yourself to be burned. I know it's a weird analogy, but that's all I can feel it right now. They want to know everything about you, and that's what they're thinking, that they're ready to hear your inner truth. They're scared. I don't like the way I worded that, because it's not a scared feeling anymore. They are shaky to hear about the pain they caused you, but they know that's part of you two talking as well. I sense a lot of you here are not at all wanting to talk about that, but I think Spirit's saying it's important that you don't harp on it, but do speak about how the dynamic not only improved you, not only inspired you, but what other low feelings it made you feel. Because this is authenticity. This is how you two will always trust that you can talk about anything with each other. And they want you to know you are the farthest thing from a distraction from their pain. They do feel a release looking at you and speaking with you, and hearing your voice is what I really just keep hearing. A person's voice just being replayed. So they could be watching videos of you. They could have voice recordings of you, etc. They don't see you as a distraction from their pain. They see you as the escape that you're supposed to have with a partner. This is flourishing. This is beautiful. That's what I got for you today. See you when I see you. Let's get it.